Hey, it's Gina at Tarot and Time here to give you the week ahead tarot and astrology reading for the week of September 20th. So happy full moon week. We have a lot of stuff going on this week. We have the full moon in Pisces, which is such a creative, beautiful time. And then we're going to move right into the sun moving into Libra this week. We're also getting ready for a Mercury retrograde, all sorts of good stuff. So it is time to think about moon water. You can read, there's a blog on our website that talks about moon water. There's a short video and just about why to do it and how to do it. Very easy, basically just putting water outside. I've got my big water jug here. I love to work with this because it has a lid and I like to drink a lot of water, and so I will put this out. I'm a little bit later than usual. I'm filming this on Saturday, the 18th, so I gotta get this outside right away. And if you forget, you do it when you remember, but I will leave it out there through the full moon, probably a day or two after. Sometimes I'll pour off a little bit in between and drink it. So it's going to be very charged up with the Pisces moon energy, very Neptunian, very creative, great time for dreaming, imagining. I like to think about, I have a shop, Tarot and Time, that hopefully you've been to. I like to just kind of daydream about how I want it to feel and what items that I want to put into it and those kind of things. That's what a Pisces moon is really good for. I personally have my moon in the 12th house, so that's kind of a permanent thing for me. But this is a good time to play in that realm. So it's not a great time for clarity. It's not a great time for decision making because not everything is really clear right now. It's really foggy. But use that fog for romance, for fun, for creativity. But also make sure that you stay grounded. It's also a great time for ankle weights. So not only is the full moon in Pisces, but it's conjunct together with Neptune, which rules Pisces. So it's another whole added layer of fog. So opposing this full moon, because when it's a full moon, the sun and moon are always opposing. So if you look at your astrology chart, I know mine is my sun and my moon are in opposite signs. And so that means that you were born on a full moon. So you've got the sun over in Virgo, and then you've got the Pisces moon. The full moon is always in the sign opposite where the sun is. So the last few days of the sun being in Virgo, so all the last details, organization, all those kind of things, this is a good time for it, Monday, Tuesday, because by Wednesday, mid-afternoon, the sun will move into Libra. Libra is a Venus sign, so it's definitely going to be a lot about self-care, about balancing things in your life so that you don't have to carry the brunt of it all. What else do I want to talk about? We want to talk about Venus, because Venus, it's making a square to Saturn. So there's Venus is the symbol for Venus is the feminine. And Saturn can be a little bit harsh. It has a lot of rules about things. So with Venus square Saturn, we might feel some fears, especially in the love department or in our self-love. There can be some harshness there. We got to be really careful about how we're speaking to ourselves, especially Monday and Tuesday when the sun is still in Virgo, which can get very nitpicky. Be kind to yourself. With this Venus opposition, square Saturn, but then it's also in opposition with Uranus. So Uranus is known, it rules Aquarius, it's known for its unpredictable behavior. It's super rebellious. So you got to be extra careful right now about meeting someone, feeling like all of a sudden you're just in love. It's love at first sight. The typical running away together story, and that you may feel like a freedom from all the restrictions that you might have felt before. Please know that as wonderful and romantic as that sounds, it may be so, but it's not looking good that it will last. So if you want to enjoy that moment, go ahead and enjoy it. I would choose to maybe watch a movie about something like that instead. But know that all this fogginess, when this wears off, you may find that things are not the way that you thought they were. So we have the sun, again, we talked about, is going into Libra on Wednesday the 22nd, and it's going to join Mars and Mercury that are already there in Libra. And so the good thing is that the Neptune opposition, you heard me talking a lot about that last week, the Neptune opposing the sun is starting to wear off. It'll start to wear off this week, and so there'll be a little more clarity coming in. And I had talked about how it's going to be kind of a hard time to make major decisions and major purchases because we had all that Neptune energy, and then because Mercury retrograde starts next week. It starts on Monday the 27th at 1:10 in the morning. So that means even a couple days, I know everybody has different opinions on this, but there is a shadow period before and after. So I kind of took it, narrowed it down, because there's a few major purchases I need to make. There's a few major decisions that need to be made. And I narrowed it down to about the 23rd, which is Thursday, and the 24th, which is Friday, looked like it had the least fogginess, with the Neptune energy wearing off a little bit, and right before that Mercury retrograde starts. But ideally, if you can push off major decisions or major purchases until after October 18th, that's really your best bet. So more like closer to Halloween time. It'll also be Scorpio season, so I would even say after October 21st when the sun moves into Scorpio, because Scorpio has such precision about things, you'll be able to intuitively receive messages on if your decisions are the best ones for you. So let's say if you can wait till after October 21st, that would be ideal. Otherwise, definitely no major purchases. Believe me, I've pushed my limits on this one. I think I talked about how I was supposed to buy a washing machine. I accidentally bought a dryer, vice versa. It was like, oh, okay, there's something to this. So yeah, if you really can't wait, the 23rd, 24th, Thursday, Friday this week, go ahead, do what you got to do. And we're going to be heading into a Taurus weekend. So Thursday, the moon will enter Taurus in the morning. It'll be there until about 8:30 at night on Saturday. So, and then Taurus is ruled by Venus, then the sun will be in Libra, which is ruled by Venus. And then we have all that other Venus energy where Mars and Mercury are in Venus. So that's a lot of Venus energy. So good time for shopping. And I'm not just saying that because I own a store. Let's see. There was a couple other things I wanted to talk about. Did we get it all? I guess we got it all. All right, Harvest Moon Monday, and enjoy it, and a lot of high energy going on. Take a peek back at the wishes that you made on the new moon and celebrate the things that you received. This may be a good time to put out I like to put some of my jewelry outside if the weather's decent, to clear in that full moon, some crystals, maybe some of my tarot decks even too. All right, so go ahead, let's pick your pile. We'll get started with the week ahead. I am using some of these charm pieces that came with the Generations Oracle by Lisa Bonis and Carrie Paris. I just got mine. And I have been having a lot of fun with this morning. So in honor of that, I took these little charms out of it. So this one's got like a little cottage door. It's really cute. And then there's some words on this coin, but we haven't looked at them yet, so we'll see what that is. This one's a crown. And kings and queens out there. And then birthday cake. I mean, who doesn't love cake? Okay, so pick your pile. Let's get started. Okay, pile number one, this cute little cottage door, love it. And this coin that has a word on it, we're gonna hold on to that for a bit. Look at all the decks I'm working with. This is like getting out of control. This is a pile. I use a pendulum to choose which decks, because I have a lot of decks. And I use a pendulum to see which ones want to work with me in these readings. I do that usually for clients also. And there was 8 decks here, I think, that wanted to work with us. There was others too that said yes, but they weren't as strong of yeses as this. So you're gonna get 8 different cards from 8 different decks, which means that you have the chance to get the same card in 8 positions. Pretty wild. Okay, so let's see what's important for you to know this week ahead. Moving into Libra season, Venus season, self-care, self-love. Libra, the sign Libra rules the house of relationships in astrology. So it's a big theme about relationships, but also about your role in them and how you take care of yourself in them. Or are you giving yourself away in them? All right, let's see what we've got. We're starting off with the 7 of Water, Birch. This is from, I can't remember the name of it right now, one of my herbal decks. It's so beautiful. Birch sounds so delicious. I've always loved birch beer. But this looks like it's just the sap, and it looks so soothing. And there's all these cups, and it's 7. It's your spiritual path. It just really enjoying this beautiful weather. Most days we can get the windows open, and we do have like this little cottage door, and it feels like there's just this entry into this little magic little home. We've got the 7 of Swords, so we have 2 7s in a row. This is the Light Seers. This crow is just screaming. So he's holding a dagger. 7 of Swords is often seen like tiptoeing around information, because swords is air energy. But really, crows are thought of as messengers from the other side, really. And it's just screaming at you. This is coming up in your heart position. Looks like there's a big full moon overhead too. We've got the Justice card. This is from the Elemental Wisdom Tarot, and so this is a Libra card. This is Venus, and I love that this scale has like crystals on it, like a chandelier. It's so royal. There's such a balance there. Her eyes are covered, and she's got the scale in one hand and the sword in the other. Decisions having to be made, and it's kind of like going back to feeling. Like, I think of 7 of Water, I think of birch as like sweet, like almost like, feels like maple syrupy, like when you tap trees. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I know birch beer is sweet, but that's mostly sugar. So, but there's like this calmness, this sweetness, and then your heart is kind of tiptoeing around like these messages that are coming in. And with a full Pisces moon, I mean, you want to talk about messages coming in. Pisces is all about really the bigger picture, the other side, your ancestors, is the house of karma. So there's information coming in, and there's almost like a guardedness about it. Let's see what's coming in on your foundation. We have the Emperor, so 2 major arcanas in a row. Major arcana number 4, kind of pausing with it. He's got a crystal ball there too. He's really trying to make decisions for the wellness of all, but also making sure that your own wellness is taken care of with this Justice card there. In the background, you've got the 9 of Pentacles. This is an interesting card, like the squirrel's got its head covered. There's a little bit of boredom there. There's like so much beauty, there's plenty, there's no lacking, but there's just this sense of dullness. There's the Death card coming in from the animal totem deck. So there's some changes coming in. It's coming in next to the Justice card. There's some changes in how things are balanced out. Are you choosing you? So King of Wands coming up in your future position, very fiery king. Likes to get out and go, not being held down to all this stuff that you're tiptoeing around. It's like old stuff. This is an oracle, and this is the Elegance Oracle from the Relative Tarot. And interesting, elegance with the King of Wands. So he's pretty elegant. And so it just feels like there's like got to be a change where you're choosing yourself. I was talking about shopping over the weekend with so much Venus energy. It's almost like your tendency is to like give to others, and there's something, I don't know, I just feel like your heart is guarded or something. You're very self-protective, but yet there's a lot of beauty around you. Things are changing where it's like you kind of got to put your guard down a little bit and look at the sweetness around and know that you're intuitively picking up the messages that you need to pick up to bring you in the right direction. And I almost I'm getting the feeling like you need to dress for the part. You need to show up and not be afraid to spend a little money on yourself. Everything, there's plenty. And there's just like, look at this guy's robe. And then this one's in like furs or something there. So I'm gonna pull a couple more. Is there anything else that you need to know for this week ahead? Got the Seven of Cups coming up again. The Seven of Wands. Wow, there's a lot of sevens. And I'm going to take one more from here, and then I'm going to grab one other deck to this Tattoo Tarot. Okay. The Queen of Swords and the Five of Wands. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 sevens. And interesting, this and this are the same card. So it's like, I just keep getting like, there's something about like hiding your power, doing things for others, kind of overseeing a lot, but like not really nurturing yourself in a way. Like there's just always something for you to take care of. And there needs to be a change of that. There needs to be better boundaries in general, but especially this week. There's like, this door is meant to be closed sometime. It can't always be open to everything and everyone. And so there's a choice. There's something here where like you need to choose you. Let's see what this coin says. And it says birds, communication. That's funny because we had this bird here. Bird communication. And we had this bird screaming at you. So I want you to pay attention to birds this week. Let's see. I still haven't gotten glasses. It's time. I know. I think it's an owl. There's some wisdom there. There's something, honestly, I mean, it's just like there's something there. There's some of your ancestors. There's something there that wants to talk to you. It's going to be a full Pisces moon. Great time to have the conversation. You're very guarded about it. You're almost like self-protecting from having it, and you need to understand that there's a sweetness there that's coming in that wants to communicate something to you that's going to give you more power. I don't see any harm in it. I see you kind of just treating yourself better, knowing when to close the door and when to open it. Okay, I'm going to work with the Astro Dice next. Got a few fun tools that we're working with. So we rolled Neptune in Taurus in the 8th house. Okay, so kind of going back to what I was saying, Neptune rules Pisces, and it's conjunct together with the full Pisces moon. So Neptune has a lot to do with like psychic placements in an astrology chart. If you have a lot of Neptune, if you have a lot of 12th house or any water house, it's very intuitive energy. So definitely want to make the moon water. You want to pay attention to these messages and know that they're of value because it's Taurus, it's Venus, there's something there. I think it's female energy that wants to come through for you. Part of it might be that I've just spent way too much time on this Generations Oracle today. It's so much fun. But I'm getting something there. There's something that wants to come through, talking to you about your value and how you really need to step up, more dress the part, be not afraid. You don't need to hide yourself anymore. Maybe that's a behavioral pattern in your family that you had to, but it doesn't need to be that way anymore. The 8th house is Scorpio's house. So pay attention to the messages coming in this week and help you shift a little, be a little bit more open, bring in some changes, and stop hiding your power. So I'm going to do, I've got this bowl full of Scrabble pieces. I'm going to reach over here and grab a few, see what letters we get, and then we'll do a couple charms. Let me move these over here and do the charms. All right, we've got C, R. Do we have an O? No. Oh, we've got cries. We've got what else do we have? Well, let me do some of this because this has letters too. Now remember, Pisces is super emotional, wants wellness for everyone. It can get really sad. And that's interesting that cries comes up because it's okay. Have a good cry. There's nothing wrong with it. You feel very guarded in a lot of ways, and you just need to know that you're grounded, you're stable, you're protected, and you're ready to move on from some of this old stuff. We've got an airplane over the Death card. Ready to move on from it. A palm tree fell out on the 7 of Swords along with this hope symbol. There's more of a lightness coming in. We've got a bunch of hematite, a little bread tie, an anchor, some clear quartz, the sun in a cloud, and I've got the letter I, the number 5. Okay, and then we have the 5 for the change right there. We've got another I. Let's see, we've got D-R-I-E, dries. We had cry and dries, like cry, dry your eyes. And we've also got win. So I think it would be really good for you to just have a good cry this week. Know that it's just going to pass. It's a win-win. It's going to help you release some of this stuff. There's a little bit of sadness floating around here. It's release it. And then like, almost like, sometimes when you feel the worst is the time to like get the most dressed up because it just kind of elevates you. So that's what I'm seeing. Like dress the part, know that things are starting to move in a better direction for you. The changes are coming in that you need to make. And there's a conversation that someone in your ancestry wants to have with you. I think it's a woman. Okay, was there anything else? I think we did it all. So I'll take a picture of this and you can see what letters you can get from this, and have a great week. Pile number 2, have this really beautiful crown for all you royal folks out there. And this coin, which says something, but we're gonna hold off a little bit. Okay, so let's see what's going on this week ahead for you. Did you see all the decks that I'm working with? Look at this. There's 8 different decks here. Using my pendulum to choose, they all wanted to be here, so here they are. We've got a chance of repeating the same card 8 times. Let's see what happens. All right. Starting off with the 4 of Swords. Nap time. In her nest. Does a queen or a king really feel guilty for napping when they want to? I doubt it. Coming up in the heart position, we have the 7 of Earth, which is an oak. Gathering up all those acorns, and there's a book there, and it seems so peaceful and lovely, and it looks like fall in New England, and so there's just a sense of like really savoring and relaxing. We have the 3 of Pentacles. It's like all those little chipmunks are getting ready to get out there and gather up all those nuts. And so they're making a plan about something of value to them. It's there supporting your heart, which is the 7 of Pentacles. That really seven's a spiritual path, and it just seems such a, like there's this calmness that needs to come in, and you can start planning ahead and start thinking ahead. We know things are foggy right now, so we can kind of live in that world of just kind of imagination and thinking maybe what we want to do, but there's a sense of like regalness right now. This is I use a Oracle, Relative Oracle is one of the decks in here, so this is an Oracle card, and it's called Oracle, which is interesting. Looks like she's reading. Her tarot cards are actually, it's just a regular playing cards, but she's having fun with it. So while you're listening to this video, so there you go, you're already doing that. All right, behind the scenes, we've got the Eight of Cups. It's a salmon swimming against the current. Big full moon up there. And so Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is often seen as like leaving something behind, but this guy, like, he goes in a direction, like, I know he swims against the current, so other people must kind of be wondering what he's doing, but he keeps doing it. And so just keep go, even though it might feel like you're different, it's okay. Maybe you're just a salmon. Okay, in the background, you've got the Knight of Swords. He's full speed ahead. So there's kind of like coming in next to the Three of Pentacles, which is like planning. The Eight of Cups, like he's swimming, he's going. So you may feel like you're really like pushing to get things done. But there's this calmness that needs to come in. So Six of Pentacles. You're getting served food and drink, and there's a movement forward. And the Page of Cups. Just feel like there's like getting being like offered cups in both of them. It's like almost like just savoring this week, and like knowing like you're pushing hard right now, but you're royalty. You don't need to push hard. You have people to do things for you. You need to rest and recharge when you want to. You need to study what you want to, what's of interest to you. It's the harvest moon. This is such a harvest here going on in the heart. So just kind of focusing on what you want to focus on. Here's the Oracle. Focusing on whatever it is that you like, and stop pushing so hard. There's more of like a lightness that needs to come in. Like you need to eat out this week a little bit. You need to maybe accept an invitation if you've been given one. I want to pull a few more here. Let's see. Well, the Chariot just fell out of here, which is a 7, spiritual path. So we've had 2 7s in here. I had a lot of 7s come up in the first pile too. It's something about like just really being pulled forward in your life by trusting your intuition. We're going into this full Pisces moon. Talk about intuition. Feeling what feels right. Where do you want to go? Where are you being guided? But you need enough rest to be able to receive those messages. It's the 8 of Wands coming up. She's ready to get going, and she looks like a messenger. Messages are coming in for you. The 4 of Wands, which is very romantic. And the 3 of Pentacles again. Okay, so look how sweet that one is, 4 of Wands. And then the 3 of Pentacles. So remember, we have that Venus energy going on. We have Venus, there's still that fogginess, that Uranus energy where there could be unpredictable things that come in. The 8 of Wands is often called the honeymoon card. So enjoy if there's romance. Just please stick to your plans, because there's a lot of ethereal energy, and you want to make sure that you continue on with your plans. Don't get sideswiped by that Venus energy. Enjoy it. Just don't get your hopes up too much that that's going to be a permanent thing. Once it clears out a little bit, you may see more clearly. So I really see you like taking downtime, resting, doing things you like, simple things. I think I'd like to see you eating out at least once this week, taking an invitation if you receive one, allowing yourself to be waited on, and then keep on thinking about the plans. Envisioning is a great time to sit and feel and imagine what it feels like when you receive what it is you're asking for. And there's a lot here about feeling. And there's the Six of Pentacles. Did we have that again? Yeah, we had, these are both Six of Pentacles. So here the money is being given, here it's like food is being given. So, and then it's interesting that the scales of justice are hanging up there. So if there's, you're like receiving. So if there's something, maybe if it's something legal that's been going on for a while, it will be settled. Looks like it will be in your favor. And also like just a good time to give to others also, but I don't want you to do it in a way of like having, like I don't want you to have a lot of company over and wait on them. I feel like if you want to write a little check to some charity, that would be a great thing. But enjoy time with your loved ones and keep on with the plan and take some naps and savor the season. Okay, now, oh, I want to see what the coin said. It says keyhole and privacy. That's cool. So, and keyhole and privacy, and like I had it placed up here by this Four of Swords, which is like, go in your room and lock the door and take a nap. It's okay. You're allowed. Okay, now let's roll some Astro Dice. We've got Pluto in Capricorn in the 12th house. Okay, so Pluto wants to come in and transform things, change things for you. And Capricorn is definitely like workplace or long-term plans, long-term goals. It's your career, it's your treasure chest of wealth that over time, as you work with the energies that you were given, you can find success. There's a transformation there, and the 12th house is Pisces house. And so it's almost like there's an end of a story. Maybe you're thinking about switching jobs. Maybe you feel that you've been giving too much and going like against the current. Maybe you feel misunderstood. And in this case, I do see an offer coming in. I do see some plans forming, but allow some time for things to settle so you can see the clarity of the situation. Trust the feelings that are coming up, that first feeling. You know, every time I regret a decision, I think back on that first feeling when I met that person. And it's usually right. And then I'm the one that doubts it. Now, let's do some letters. I filled this bowl up over here with a whole bunch of Scrabble letters. So I'm going to grab a bunch for you, see what words we can make. This one fell out. Do that over there. And then I'm going to do some charms too, because there's letters in here. Listen. Let's see what we've got. Well, the word where is on this dice, like whereabouts. I've got an acorn, which is, to me, which we had right there in that picture too. It's just like wealth and abundance, and it's all coming in for you. I've got this royalty tag, which I told the story about it. Fell off my jeans, but I found it on my clothing during a meditation. And so there's something here about royalty, treating yourself like royalty, being kind to yourself. Got this pretty moon. We've got a flag over this Eight of Cups. It's almost like there's this loyalty kind of to this job that I feel going on here. The number 52. And we've got a sun, and we've got the word hope, and we've got this family like crest thing that I almost dropped into the fire. This is interesting. Big sun. And let's see what our letters say. We've got the word rope. And we got a blank one. So what else can I do here? A-R-L. Okay, well, if I use this blank one as an A, I've got the word pearl. And P-A. Oh, and I have the word join. Join. And then the word where. Okay, so I'm gonna put this, I'll take a picture of this so you can see if you can make anything else out of this. And have a fabulous full moon week. Pile number 3. Got this fun birthday cake, some kind of celebration cake. Kind of reminds me of cupcakes. And if you haven't, I put out a little blog article called The Devils and the Cupcakes. And it's about growing up as a Jehovah's Witness as a child, being raised in that belief system. And really, it's a little bit about what the devil meant to me as a kid. And so kind of a mix between the Devil Tarot card and a little memoir short story. So if you get a chance, give it a read. And so it says happy birthday, and it's happy full moon week, happy harvest moon week. We also have a little